Hello, welcome to the self-learning platform by Dr. Sushma Singh. Today we start Unit 25, Fascism, and we start with topic the operational dynamics. In operational terms, fascism of Italy and Nazism of Germany is regarded as totalitarianism of the right because fascism organized itself on behalf of many vested interests and against the left wing parties and trade unions. However, in many of their ideological and political manifestations, like a single party political ideology and mobilization, fascism does not resemble the communist totalitarian regimes. Centralization and concentration of political power are other trends which show fascism analogous to the communist regimes. Now let us discuss centralization and concentration of power. The top governments organs centralized political power in both Italy and Germany. Accordingly, all sorts of provincial administrative mechanisms were systematically dismantled under the fascist regimes of Italy and Germany. Thus, fascism neither provided for federalism of any variety nor was there any type of separation of power. The legislative organs were there to only endorse and ratify governmental enactments. The Italian parliament had the unique distinction in history to unanimously vote for its own abolition. Thus, all power safely rested in the hands of either the Führer, Germany, or the Dies Italy. The entire electoral process was decisively controlled and steered by the single party rule. No wonder the party cadres overwhelmingly elected the party sponsored candidates, who often got over 99% of the vote cast during the elections. The centralized government exclusively frustrated all local press, political activities, and opponent, etc., and rendered them utterly deficient. Even all potential rising were efficiently nipped in the bud by the fascists. Next is single party. The fascist party in Italy and NASDP in Germany had highly centralized leadership. These parties organized consent through intensive mobilization. The hierarchical levels of these parties were firmly controlled by the Deuce and the Führer, respectively. Annual party congresses were festive gatherings for applauding the leader and confirming his policy guidelines. Despite the coexistence of the government and the party, the real center of power was always the party. The party steered the state, and the state in turn invariably catered to the party priorities virtually as a subordinate organization. Next is absolute leadership. It was the envisaged role of the leader to amalgamate the people, the party, and the state into one viable entity. The leader owned his authority through the built up charisma and personal traits. Nazi Germany invented such a slogan as leader is the party is the leader, and the leader knows the goals and the direction. The position of leader was so invisible that Germany came to be known as the Führer state, the leader state. This was the highest mark of political absolutism. The Jews in Italy claimed the same qualities. He represented both the state and the party and embodied the interests, goals, and ambitions of the nation and the people. He never sleeps with closed eyes. He reads our innermost thoughts. He knows everything. He is the pride and honor of the nations. This discussion on the operational dynamic of fascism can be concluded by highlighting one or two additional operational trends. First, the fascists in Italy and Germany did not make a revolution as the communists did. They were, on the contrary, facilitated to power by traditional ruling elite, namely the king in Italy and the president of the Republic of Germany. Consequently, they took over the state rather legally. Accordingly, the fascists did not smash the state into pieces, but retained many of its formal institutions. Thus, Mussolini did not tamper with the kingship and the army, at least till the outbreak of World War II. He retained their traditional character. The industrial and business communities too continued to exercise a considerable functional freedom in Germany. Second, fascism appealed overwhelmingly to the youth, but countries assiduously catered to the establishment of youth organizations. Mass-scale induction and recruitment to the fascist parties were made from the trained youths. Mobilization and organization of consent was thus engineered and worked out. Now we want to wind up this lecture. Thank you so much for your attention.